as BAs, we come out and people think we have all the answers to pretty much everything, whether it's food selectivity, where there's severe problem behavior.
You're like, I have to treat all of that?
Right. That's why, we got to really tap into the literature, and consult, in areas that we don't have. So I want to ask you, how do you approach cases where there's not just food selectivity, but there's also a strong aversion or anxiety around certain foods?
I think if it was a specific food, one or two, I think it's also completely fine to pick your battles. If there's one food or something that's causing a lot of distress, don't target it. Don't worry about it. Usually what I've seen is that like certain food groups cause the most anxiety or stress, like vegetables, fruit, different textures. Like certainly our kids on the spectrum can have like really strong sensory preferences and aversions. You can still work on those things with kids, but also being very mindful of those preferences. And so I think that's why letting kids be able to opt out of things. We also target a lot of foods at once so that you can see if certain foods are making progress relative to others, that you can remove those foods that are not making progress, just so long as like a majority of the foods are. And so you can still allow for some personal preferences to emerge. But really this gradual shaping, we go at such a speed to where if they have specific anxieties around food, usually we hash it all out in the shaping process. So we might spend a long time on just like picking up and touching the food until the stickiness doesn't make them shudder anymore. And we're like, are we ready to move on? Great, let's move on.